You will play Pokemon Go differently after watching this video because there's shiny boosts that you need to get in order to get a bunch of cool shinies, and there's some rare ones as well. Good morning, God bless. There's a bunch of stuff I gotta go over in this video. With first off being Tornadus is coming back into 5-star raids and it's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait for it. Tornadus is a really cool electric and flying type, and we'll go over some of the best counters later in the video. However, first thing I want to go over is Belgium Community Day is coming the 18th from 2 to 5 p.m. You're going to want to play that, so make sure you guys play that event. 7-kilometer eggs, and these are really important for you. You only have one more day to do them, so make sure you do them. Basically, you get these from, you open up your gifts that you get from Pokemon Go, and you're going to want to hatch these for the main reason. Tortuga and Archon are really rare fossil Pokemon, and those can be shiny, and they're shiny boosted in eggs, as well as Tornadus, as well as Shieldon, Tyrant, and Amora. All these Pokemon that I just named are shiny boosted, and if you want to get shiny Pokemon that are boosted, a better way to get shinies, that is your best way to do it as of right now. So make sure you hunt for it, and as well as Team Rocket Grunts, you definitely want to go for those because you can get the up to 6 Rocket Radars, and then once you get the Rocket Radars, you can fight the leaders, and you can get shiny potentials from those, and those are better shiny boosts rather than getting Pokemon from the wild. So highly recommend going for those. Now let's go over the Tornadus counters. Alright, so the top counters against Tornadus is going to be Rampardos. It's the Shadow or the normal one. Either one works out. Mega Tyranitar, this is a really good rock type, as well as Mega Aerodactyl are two really good rock types. Highly recommend having those. Aerodactyl is in raids right now, so if you want to raid for that, 100% go for that. That's going to be your best move. Terrakion, this has not come back in raids in a while. However, it is really good against Tornadus. Hopefully you have that. Rhyperior is really good. Of course, Shadow Rhyperior is going to be really good as well. If you guys do not know, Shadow Pokemon are better than normal Pokemon, so make sure you have Rhyperior. Mamoswine in specific is going to be really good, and highly recommend having a Shadow version of it as well. Shadow Mamoswine is a lot easier to get from Grunts as of right now, so make sure you hunt for those. And as of right now, from the takeover event that's happening, you get a balloon every hour, but make sure you don't do over 50 to 60 or your account will get banned. Shout out Niantic. And the final really good ones are the top counters, and the last one is going to be Glaceon. Now, for Tornadus in specific, the main types that you want to go for when it comes to raiding this Pokemon is Ice and Rock. So that's kind of the main Pokemon that I've been telling you are the key ones. But if you do not have the Pokemon that I just named, I'm going to name some replacements that you might have caught before that will still help you. Weavile, Shadow Weavile in specific is going to be really good. The Ice type attack in specific. So Shadow Weavile is really good. Jinx spawns a lot in the wild all the time. And if you get a weather boosted one, it's going to be high CP already. It will be easier for you to raid. Gigalith, that's spawning a lot from Rock'n'Rolla, so highly recommend catching that Pokemon. And if you trade a evolved version from Rock'n'Rolla, whatever that second evolution is, trade that with your friend that has that Pokemon as well, and you get a free evolution. Highly recommend going for that since that's a really good rock type replacement for some of the other Pokemon that I just named. Mega Abomasnow. Mega Abomasnow is a really good Pokemon, but if you don't have Mega Abomasnow, use normal Abomasnow, and if you can, do Shadow Abomasnow. Shadow Abomasnow is really good against these raids. Highly recommend going for Tornadus. So Tornadus does have a really cool shiny, but isn't too good in raids. So you know, don't think that you're gonna get a really good electric type attacker, because there's a lot better ones in specific, but a really cool shiny to grind nonetheless. Now, to go into more details about the shiny boost, I've been hatching so many 7-kilometer eggs, it is ridiculous. Now, I bought the $2 research that it was for the adventure week, and with the adventure week, it told us that there was a shiny boost. Now, in specific, we didn't get a specific number on what the actual shiny boost was, and like I said, I've been grinding it. I've been grinding as much as I can. I've been hatching a bunch of eggs. I've even done 5 today alone, and you know, for 7 kilometers, that's kind of a lot, but you do get a couple super incubators you can use, so highly recommend going for that. But 7-kilometer eggs are really great. I've been really trying to hunt for the Tortuga and Archon. Again, both those can be shiny. Both of them are beautiful looking shinies and really rare fossil shinies. As well as Tornadus, since the evolved version Rampardos is really good in raids, as we talked about before. So getting candies and maybe potentially a shiny one was my goal. And as well as I'm still grinding for it now. Hopefully I get a shiny eventually. That'd be super sick. I'm really hoping for the Tortuga one, because Tortuga never spawns. We saw Archon spawn in Go Fest. I didn't get a shiny, unfortunately, in the New York Go Fest. However, like I said, if it's in eggs, I'm gonna go for it. It is in research task as well, which will have the same shiny boost. So these Pokemon that we named that are in the 7-kilometer eggs are also going to be in research. However, the research is not only way more difficult to find since we are in the Team Rocket takeover event, which, like I said, it's more difficult to do so. So I'm not going to be able to really grind the research. That's why I'm trying to hatch the eggs. But like I said, you've seen a counter how many I've done. I've done a bunch of them, and I'm still going to keep grinding for the last tip that we have. Team Rocket event is going to end soon. This is the final day. By the time I upload this, it ends at midnight. So what I recommend you doing before the event ends: first off, make sure you get as many Rocket Radars as possible. Hunt as many leader shinies as you can. Anorith, Lileep, as well as Carvana are all three of the new Shadow Shiny Pokemon that I highly recommend you grind for. These are really cool new Shadow Pokemon, and as well as if you have egg space and you don't want to hatch the 7-kilometer eggs, you can get 12-kilometer eggs. Some of the best cool looking shinies is Pawniard. I believe Larvitar is in there, which Tyranitar is really good, as well as try thinking of what is in the 12-kilometer eggs. Oh, Sandile. Sandile is a really cool Pokemon that you can only get from 12-kilometer eggs, and it's a really cool looking shiny, so highly recommend going for that if you're trying to hunt for a rare shiny like that. But, oh, and best of all, with 12-kilometer eggs, you get over 5,000 Stardust every single time you hatch it, so if you're looking to try and get Stardust, that is one of the best ways. But what are the other things I recommend to do for this Team Rocket event? I highly recommend you doing the research. The research task, you can get charged DMs. The main reason you want charged DMs, you can take off frustration off your Shadow Pokemon. Every single Shadow Pokemon that you catch from a Team Rocket or a leader, you will get frustration on the Pokemon. However, with only this event in specific, and maybe the event in the Go Battle League event coming soon, you will be able to take off frustration. Like I said, this is a really rare thing to happen when Pokemon Go adds a frustration event, because in most situations you will not be able to take off frustration, and if there's a free way to do so, do it right now. So go into your legendary Pokemon. Actually, first go into your item bag, see how much charge TMs you have, and then go off that. If you have a bunch of charge TMs, go through all your Shadow Pokemon. However, if you want to see what the best Shadow Pokemon are, this is what I recommend. Rampardos. If you have any Rampardos or any Cranidos, you can evolve into Rampardos, take that off. Take frustration off Rampardos. Tyranitar, and all these that I'm talking about are really good in raids, and that's what I'm going to say is going to be the best beneficial for you. Rampardos, Tyranitar, we just talked about. Also, I would highly recommend Rhyperior. Rhyperior, again, is a really good rock-type Pokemon, and Mamoswine. Mamoswine is one of the best, and I would say the top 2 best, Rampardos and Mamoswine. We see those all the time where rock-type attacks are really good, so highly recommend doing that. And if you have extra room, Weavile. Weavile is a really solid Ice-type Pokemon to hunt and to have, so make sure you guys take off frustration off those, as well as legendary Pokemon are good. Groudon is going to be really good as a Shadow Pokemon. Highly recommend doing so. So if you have those legendary shadows, make sure you take off frustration during this event. But if you want to do all of your Shadow Pokemon, highly recommend doing it if you have the charged TMs. However, if you're limited to the amount that you have, you can either go into the research task and get more rewards. With the research task, there are certain things you can do, whether it's Purify Pokemon or Fight Team Grunts. You can get charged TMs and then do it. But if you don't have much time, just use the charged TMs wisely on the rare Pokemon and the Pokemon that are going to be most beneficial for you, which could be going in raids, etc. So make sure you do that in Team Rocket event. I think I went over everything when it comes to the Team Rocket event. Really just grind the game as much as you can. Get the grunts, get the 12-kilometer eggs, get frustration off. Because frustration, like I said, is a terrible attack. And if you can get a way better attack on it, plus you get it Shadow, do it. As well, by the time this video is uploaded, I'm sorry to say that the Lugia that was in the raids for the weekend that was just here, you are not going to be able to raid it anymore. Next weekend, we're going to have Suicune and the Shadow raids. Now, unfortunately for me, I already got a shiny for it, so I do not have to grind it. However, if you're looking to try and grind it, it's going to be pretty difficult for you since it is going to be in person. As of right now, the Shadow raids are not possible to raid as a remote, so you do have to do it in person. Like I said, it is kind of difficult to go and do so. However, it is a water type, and water types, one of the good things against it is, I believe, electric and grass. If you want to catch them all, catch them all. Thank y'all so much for today's video. God bless. I love every single one y'all. Have a fantastic day. One of these 2 videos have more facts and more information about more events. Love y'all. Have a great day. Peace out.